Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Today we are going to journey to our first city, but the one thing that I forgot to do in the last episode is to level up. Alright, since this guy is going to be my main tank, I'm just going to be putting all my points for now in athletics to reduce my combat fatigue and fatigue overall. And also, instead of the bonus knockdown, I'm going to take the rapid recovery, so I can get even more endurance. I'm going to be tanking my enemies to death. Alright. Let's venture forth to the Vale Wood. And I also got
steady does it.
Pretty much a lot of fatigue, major fatigue. -10 to all defenses, to accuracy, and to maximum endurance. Should be resting real soon. I can either do that by using some camping supplies and rest out in the open, or I could find some inn and sleep in a room. But let's see what I'm going to find in this forest. I prefer to pretty much sneak all the way when I'm exploring new sections of the map, because if you're just running around, I don't remember if I maybe explained it in the last episode, so as soon as you notice enemies on the fog of war, they attack you if you're not sneaked up. If you are sneaked up, first you chart yellow, okay, that was pretty much fast, but first the circle beneath you turns yellow, and if it turns full red, you're noticed and going to fight. An outlaw! What's a wood in a fantasy game without some bandits? Come on. Yeah, I don't have much to do in this fight with one character. Just click attack and watch it happen. Come on now. Alright, and
could use some rest.
I hear you, buddy. You will get some rest as soon as I get to the city, but first thing first, I have a sword. Yoo-hoo. Now we are a little bit more knightly. Although, what's the difference between it and the mace? 11 to 16 crush, 11 to 16 slash. Yeah, they're basically the same. Alright. There are probably some more enemies around the map, but since I'm so much worn down from my previous adventures, I'm just be going to the city and then come back later when I'm rested. This guy is not an enemy.
Hail, traveler!
None. This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. "Greetings," he says, a little breathless. "On your way south, is it?" He wipes his brow, turning to face you. "The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think." Alright, so I'm going to be some aggressive warrior. But this is just some guy in the woods. Let's go for the aggressive one. Keep your nose in your own business before it gets lopped off. I didn't mean anything by it. Honest, I just thought I'd warn you. We were attacked just north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt. Figured it brings home a stag. Eat something other than bread for once. Came up on a bear instead. Great, monstrous thing. And Pearly. He didn't make it. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Nonton's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag, Pearly. He saw something in the brambles, and we went tearing off after it. But we all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew what was happening. The beasts will take us. The beasts will take what they will, I suppose. He smiled sadly, and this time Galawain's favor fell upon the bear. Well, that's something for an adventurer. Where did you find this bear? In a cave, away up that way. He turns to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. I would hate to hear it took another life. Alright. Farewell. Well, that seems like the beginning of a quest. But I'm just going to go to town now. Just another more thing to come back to. Let's go to Gilded Vale. Gilded Vale. Ah, it's a small town, alright. Let's go and find some shelter for the night.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. Well, that's a lot of people hanging from a tree. Right in the center of this town. That's for sure welcoming. Do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Mind your own damn business.
The well-being of this village is my business. You'd best get used to the idea if you intend to live among us.
To live among people that hang everyone on a tree? Damn, I don't want to live here.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn, just southwest of here.
Shall I... Should I tell him about what I saw? I don't know if this guy's trustworthy. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Engwithin ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Bareth have mercy, you certainly have. I shouldn't be telling any more to him, I think. So, maybe so. Like I said, it's best to stay away from those sorts of places. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understands our rules. I've been feeling strange ever since I close call with the bivouac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
Okay, people, you hanged the only person that could help me up on that tree. Nicely done.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Yeah, dude. Kindly go fuck yourself. Goodbye.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Don't threaten me, little man. He shakes his head, unmoved. It's not a threat, only a warning. Lord Radric will tolerate no threats to his kin, or those who live upon his lands. Grief will not make him more docile. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more of the detail when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your current concern. What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the Eye of Barath must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Farewell. Yeah, that was a kind welcome. Well, first thing first. Let's go get some rest.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. Okay. And also, this guy is, small spoiler here, one of the possible companions for the game. You have 2 options. Create some adventurers that you can skill however you like and make an anonymous party, or you can take the story companions. But for this playthrough, I don't think I will be taking any story companions. And here's another one. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Okay, let's see how this plays out. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gal, mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adrians.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fi, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Alright.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Well, all the options seem to be... I'm just threatening them. Back down! All of you! This is absurd! No one gives us orders, Adrian. Alright, it's a fight. Fine. Those guys are not worth much. Ooh! I just cut this woman to bloody chunks of meat. Oh boy. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Actually, that was fun.
Then I can't imagine you lack for entertainment in these parts.
No. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
You'd better have more to say for yourself than that. He holds up his hands. Please, I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan. We were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
I am remaining silent. A slow smile creeps across his face. A man must have his secrets. Very well. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, here is the first opportunity to get a party member with a storyline. But since this game is actually pretty much big already, I'm going to skip out on the story followers and their storylines, so I'm going to refuse him. I prefer to travel light. Maybe later.
Well, I quite understand. A few more nights of stringy stew won't kill me, I suppose. Though if that dog goes missing, I may have to fast.
Oh boy. Alright, some clubs, a dagger, some clothing and some money. Hopefully I won't get in trouble for killing some, well, local guys. Yeah, first thing first. Let's go to sleep. Alright, the first inn. Let's go to the barkeep.
Well met, friend.
Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid you can't offer much by the way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. Cold porridge? You only... Yeah, okay. The first options are to sleep, to hire some adventurers, to trade, and well, you could ask us questions, but first I would like to trade. I can trade out of my inventory or from the stash. And I think I could use some cash. So let's sell those hatchets. The spear, the cups, the small shields, the poleaxe. And let's sell a few of those armors, the clothing. Yeah, okay, we'll need that. And the helmet. Yeah, okay. This brings a little bit of money in my pockets. Okay, but...
Welcome.
You only serve porridge? It isn't by choice, I assure you. We used to serve some of the finest meals in the Durwood. We've had a damnable run of luck, it's all. It's been a bad season for the crops, and we're running low on supplies. I set Tenfred up north to stoke up. Tenfred's our cook, you see. An artist with a good roast. But it's been days since we're supposed to return, and we haven't seen any sign of him. She sighs again. I've only just taken over from the last owner myself. I don't know what I'll do if he doesn't turn up. And here is my quest. I could try to find him for you. Really? Her face brightens. I'd be grateful to you if you did. He was traveling to the Whalewood. It's probably nothing, a broken wheel maybe, but I do worry. You see him safely home, and I think everyone in here would sing your praises. Nobody much likes my porridge. Poor woman. Yeah, my first quest. I can go back to the Whalewoods and search for a cook. But first, I need to sleep. I'm going to go for the cheap option at the beginning. Yeah, every time you sleep, not camping outside but sleeps in some room, if you pay for more expensive rooms, you get a buff up for a certain time. I don't remember how long, but it lasts quite a while. Of course, you have to pay money, and right at the beginning of the game, I'm going to go with the cheap option, because I'm going to save my money at first. Later on, if money is not a necessity anymore, you can buff yourself up how you like. Well, let's get some rest. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken, and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind, until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman, whose face has shriveled inward like mouldering food. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind, until she's mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach... that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher! You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, uneasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only confirm she's truly dead. And here is our main quest, Visions and Whispers. Alright, I think this is enough for today. Next time we are going to see what the future holds for our hero. I see you next time on Pillars of Eternity.